day today. I downloaded a pedometer. Sorry. And where's my keys? And I went for a walk. I had to go into town for a chiropractor appointment, and there's a park with a running stream in it. Little waterfalls in the stream, or rapids. Very pretty. Anyway, so I'm trying to move more. I have been moving more because of taking Tylenol extra strength with part of a piece of a caffeine pill. Excedrin has caffeine in it, which boosts the ability of the Tylenol. Oh, excuse me. I went for a walk. I've walked 3,000, or was it 4,000 steps so far. Anyway, so now I'm gonna drive. I have to adjust my mirror. I guess I'm not as slumped over. You know, mirrors change all day because you get slumped over a bit as you walk and your whatever. Da 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 da. I want to go that way. So also taking the bit of caffeine gives me enough energy. Go ahead. That I can do things. It's so awesome to have energy. You know, like I'm 68 and energy no longer just seems to be produced in my body. Indeed not. Anyway, so I'm trying to walk more. My chiropractor says I should walk 30 minutes a day. But if I keep my pedometer or my phone with the pedometer app on it in my pocket, I know people have them on their wrists and but if I keep it handy, so it'll tell how much I'm moving, I will get an accurate idea. So today's Monday, and I usually my housekeeper. I have a housekeeper. That's amazing. And she comes today, and I usually try to tidy up the house at the same time as she's there so that it, more gets done. And it's starting to rain. But you know what? I have a desk now. The desk in the end of the living room, it used to be Ben's desk, but I guess it was something. So anyway, I have it. And I used it the other day. I had some paperwork, and I did it on my desk, and it was so cool. I have to do paperwork. I have to apply for my ballot to be sent to me. I printed it out a week ago or more, and I haven't done it, and that's very important, time-sensitive material, right? So that I'll get my absentee ballot and can vote in the U.S. thing. Because it matters to me what happens down there. People say I shouldn't vote because I don't live there. Well, hello. I don't think that's true. I think what happens down there affects the world. If there were no foreign relations, I suppose it wouldn't matter, but there are. Anyway, so I have a desk, and I also have my sewing machine on it. So I'd like to use my sewing machine and also I want to stop spending money. There's always something important to spend money on. Always. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need that. I need something else. A lot of people going around on little electric things. There's a scooter with little wheels on it that this person is on. Bigger wheels than a tiny scooter, but smaller wheels than a bicycle. Anyway, so I haven't really talked to you guys for a while. Used to be I'd have you part of my life all day, but I haven't been doing that lately. Oh, I guess in the summer I don't want my grandchildren on there, so I haven't been making videos very much. Corn is in season now. Corn on the cob. It's so tasty. It's really good. I ate really badly yesterday. I was quite tired, so I went to Tim Hortons and I got chili, which I thought was a good choice because you need protein. So I got some chili. And then I also got Timbits, which is donut holes. And I ate them all. So now today my hands are really stiff. They don't open all the way. Oh well, but at least I know why. I've been working on this this little archway, an arbor. I've seen so many arbors that are made with curved sticks in between. I'd like to do that. I'd like to have really pretty little arbor. But right now I've just got flat boards on it to hold things in place. But those are all coming off to be replaced with good stuff. I made one once out of birch bark. Do you remember that? If you Google it, you can find my birch arbor. I should attach that. Like you can add those to a video. A video that people could go to after this one. Oh, but I don't do that. I just go on with my life. It was really nice to walk in that park and to take my phone and swing my arms, and my phone in my hand and watch the numbers go up. It's like 4,326 or something, I think. At first that was the average for the week. I haven't been moving enough. If you don't move, use it or lose it. But my chiropractor was very pleased to hear that I had taken this caffeine with Tylenol, because I don't drink coffee or tea. And how it had given me energy, and the lift that you get from accomplishing something, it's really great. But there's such a mess around me all the time. It's just continual mess. There's harvesting going on from the garden, so there's all kinds of stuff like that happening. And I have to create a bunch of stuff so that the garden beds can be covered. And so they can be covered not just the one day for the frost, but they can be covered longer. I was thinking of, you can get plastic tubing and make arches, but I don't want to deal with plastic. Plastic is so deadly. So much wrong with plastic. So I thought arches of cedar branches, that would be good. But it's not my garden this year, so I have to not, she said I'll do it. So I'm not sure she knows how. But, live and learn, right? And you have to step back and let people do their thing their way. And they can learn by their own mistakes, just like I learned my own mistakes. But they have the access to the internet with all sorts of ideas, so they can make a lot better informed decisions than I did. But Scarlett covered her garden last winter or the winter before? I think it was the winter before. And she was eating out of the garden throughout the winter. I mean, they'd have to wait till a day that was above freezing to open up the plastic to harvest stuff. But that was really impressive that she was able to do it. Anyway, so Frost is nearby. Have to go the right speed. I like having maps on because it'll tell you when there's a red light camera showing up. I got a ticket in Ottawa the other day for going over the speed limit in a school zone. I don't even think I knew that there was a school there. But then, you know, maybe I'm not paying enough attention when I drive. Anyway, so I got a ticket. So I like to have that Maps app on because it tells me that there's a red light camera coming up. That's always good to know ahead of time. So it's supposed to rain a little while. I don't know what the forecast is for the whole day, but there is a bit of rain that just happened in town. I think that we're supposed to get rain at our house in half an hour, so I guess when I get there it'll start raining, or it'll already be raining. So we shall see. You know, I have a farmer. I needed a source of manure, right? So manure, you buy it at the feed mill, and it's like, it's probably gone up now, but it was $50 for a bucket full of manure. And I searched the countryside and looked for cows in fields. And when I found cows, I looked for farms and looked for silos and manure piles. And if I saw a manure pile, that meant there were animals making manure. So I went in and inquired, and I found one that would sell me manure. Actually, he said he'd give it to me, but I said, no. You know, I loaded it up, and I gave him $20. He says, well, I want to pay. He said, no. I said, well, no, if I pay you, then I can come back. And so I probably paid him $1,000 for manure now, maybe $500. I don't know, but I get a lot of manure. The trailer is full most of the time and being emptied. We've got probably 70 garden beds now that are full of manure. So that takes a lot of manure. Anyway, so that's how I went about finding a cheaper source. And also lumber. To find a cheaper source of lumber, I went to a sawmill, and they have these giant bundles of lumber that there's something wrong with. Maybe it's cracked, or maybe it's gotten a bad area in it, or maybe it's too short, or it's not consistently the same width or the same height, because it's from trees, right? So you can't, a tree is not square or rectangular. So all those extra pieces that are removed, the outer bark is considered slab, the outer rounded parts. Well, slab is great. I can take cedar bark off of a slab, and then I can use it for my basket making. And I can also I could use those rounded boards. They're good for, like if you're going to build a shed, you can use them for the outside. You still put house wrap under them, and plastic and insulation and plastic on the inside, and then you put more slab on the inside, and then it's like a log cabin, but it's well insulated. Anyway, I got this load of wood the other day for 40. Unbelievable. I mean, 2 boards is worth $40. So I got a whole big huge bundle, and they are cedar, which lasts for at least 20 years. And this load, they were all rounded on the edges, so it's like decking boards, untreated decking boards. Such beautiful wood. Daniel wants to build a little building for his weights, so he can do his weightlifting. Have it high enough idea, don't you think? It's nice to have little buildings where you can leave your house and go in the little building and have something different, especially in the winter. I've been taking, we've got firewood that was delivered on the driveway, and there's these bark and little slivers left over. And so I've been putting that in the wheelbarrow and taking it down to the teepee so that I have firewood for our campfire. I've been having a lot of campfires lately. It's been very nice. I'm going to write in my journal or play my violin. Oh, I went to my friend Patty's house the other day. You haven't met her yet. But I went to her house, and she had these violins. One is her great-grandmother's. 2 of them are her grandparents, 2 grandmothers. And they are the most beautiful violins. I tuned one. And the sound and the bow must be very expensive. It had a bit of a curl at the end. The ivory was curled and had inlaid pearl, mother of pearl. It was beautiful, just beautiful. And the sound from it was so clear. It was not like my violin, which makes this scratchy tone, which is okay. I like the scratchy tone of a violin or a fiddle. It's a fiddle or a violin only according to how you play it. The instrument is identical, no matter what people say. I downloaded this app, a tuning app, so that I could tune it perfectly. That was really cool. Well, it was her app that I used to tune it perfectly, but on my violin, I was able to tune it, which was really, really nice. And then I was singing in church, and so I put the app in the hymn book, and then I sang, and I was seeing whether or not I'm in tune. I'm not in tune very well. I'm about a note off, or part of a note off every time. I used to think, I go C, and that was middle C, C, F, G, A, B. It's higher than or lower than that. I don't know. But anyway, la 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 la. So you gotta, what's that called? I forget the word. Anyway, and so mine is at A. It does that change at A. So if I sing la 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 la, C D E F G A. So that's the change is A. Then I check on my app and see what that note is. I think it's an A, but it might not be. But then I can use my voice to tune my violin. You see? It's like knowing how big a teaspoon is in your hand. You put a teaspoon of flour in your hand, you can see where the edges are. You could even draw a circle around it. Then you would know how much is a teaspoon, and you never have to bother with all those teaspoons that are all tied together, and you have to wash a whole lot when you use them, like so much easier. Just use your hand, and then you go like that, and it's all gone. I've been making chocolate chip cookies for the grandchildren lately. So I've been